Hello everyone, it's Andrea. How's everyone doing? I want to come on today to talk to you a bit more about your digestion. In my last video, I did talk about your stomach acid. So now I want to focus on the microbiome. So you're probably saying to me right now, what is your microbiome? So I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So just quickly want to introduce myself. Anybody that doesn't know me, just watching my videos for the first time. My name's Andrea, and I'm a nutritional therapist. I love to help women and support women get healthy hormones so they can look good and feel good inside and out. And I'm the author of my book, the Menopause Handbook, which is available now. So if you want to buy a copy, just put the comments below and I'll let you know how you can get your hands on a copy of my book. So yeah, back to the microbiome. Microbiome is your gut bacteria, the good bacteria that is in our digestion, and we are more bacteria than human cells. Apparently, there is more bacteria in our body than human cells. So that's quite an amazing fact, isn't it? That we are more bacteria. And it just goes to show that we need to look after our good bacteria and make sure that we're taking good care of it and it's not overgrowing into the bad bacteria. So I like to call your digestive tract your gut garden, and we need to make sure that we're looking after the gut garden and we're not feeding it well, and it's like think of the gut garden as your own garden, and it's looking nice and sweet. You've got lovely flowers in there, it's flowering nicely, all the flowers look really nice and colourful, but then sometimes you can have lots of weeds growing and they look really nasty and untidy, don't they? If you see a garden that's not looked after and it's overgrown with weeds. So we don't want that. We want to make sure that we're nurturing our gut garden and we're taking care of our microbiome, we're feeding our good bacteria, and so we don't have this overgrowth of weeds that's affecting the nutrients that we're getting to our bodies. It's not affecting everything. So 70% of your immune system is actually in your digestive tract as well. That's another important reason to look after it. Your small intestines are your barrier to your bloodstream. So it's important that gut barrier that is not compromised and it's not sort of leaking the toxic gases that can go into your bloodstream from the rotting food, from food that's not digested properly, from toxins that are going through your digestive tract, through your small intestine, out in your feces in the large intestine. So we don't want that to happen. So your microbiome, the good bacteria, will protect you from that bad bacteria, and keep the levels low. So that's another reason why we need to look after our good bacteria. There's 3 sections in your small intestine, and the food that you're eating is absorbed in these 3 different sections. There's the duodenum, the jejunum, and then the ileum is the last section. And they all play a really different role in your digestion and how the different parts of your food is broken down in these different sections before it hits your large intestine. So your microbes help with digestion, they help with absorption of your food, they fight off the bad bacteria, they help with they control your brain health, your moods, your energy levels, your blood sugar, your food choices, your food cravings. So they do quite a lot. They affect quite a lot of your hormones as well, and how well you maintain your weight. And scientists are still trying to find out now what the microbiome exactly does. They still can't figure out everything that the microbiome does, because there's so many different strains of bacteria in the digestive tract in your body. So many different types of strains. The main strains are your Lactobacillus acidophilus and the Bifidobacterium. Those are the main strains, but there are soil-based organisms as well, from the foods that you're eating, the fruits and vegetables, soil-based, and they're very, very beneficial. as well in helping with your digestion and everything else in your body. It's apparently there's lots of different strains, and they will help with different things in your body. It's absolutely fascinating, all the different strains of good bacteria that there are. So what does how can you look after your microbiome? What does it eat? You know, because you have to feed it. You have to make sure that it's kept alive. And if you're not feeding it properly, then it's gonna die. And the choices that you make in the food that you're eating will affect how your gut garden is made, and what grows in your gut garden. So if you're eating plenty of fruits and fibers, fruits and vegetables with fiber in there, then you're going to have a pretty good amount of different good bacteria in your digestive tract. So it's important that we're eating plenty of fruits and vegetables, because that's what feeds your good bacteria. They feed on the fiber, because we don't digest that. They feed on it, and then they give off small chain fatty acids. Now, the small chain fatty acids is one of them that's called butyrate, and butyrate is what is in your large intestine, and that will protect your colon from disease. It could protect you from cancer developing if you have good levels of small chain fatty acids. So that's what they do. So if you look after you're looking after your microbiome, they will look after that guard that I was talking about, the barrier that's protecting you from everything leaking into your bloodstream and getting into your body, all the toxins and the gases that come off the rotting food. So if you think about, if you haven't got high stomach acid, like I talked about the other day, then that's going to affect your digestion. That's going to affect your food not breaking down properly, and then that can start rotting in your small intestine, and that can give off gases that can leak through this barrier and into your bloodstream and around your body and cause lots of problems. So we don't want that to happen. So we want to make sure that these tight junctions, it's like a carpet pile. Think about a carpet pile with like fingers like that. That's called a microvilli, and that's what in your small intestine, that's what protects you. And then the food that you eat is broken down, and then the nutrients and the vitamins and minerals is all absorbed through this microvilli, through the carpet. So we want to make sure that that's kept tight, and your good bacteria will help to keep that tight as well, if it's healthy, from breaking down and getting over the years. And that's because we want to keep it strong. So we want to keep that tight. So what things can affect that is, you know, the bad bacteria overgrowing, and then they can affect the good bacteria from protecting it, and then these tight junctions will start opening up. Causes can be stress, because that stops your digestion from working correctly. Inflammation, so inflammation can happen if you have high levels of stress. You could have lots of different types of stress in your life, and then the bad bacteria can overgrow if you're not breaking down your food properly, and then you can get an overgrowth of candida, because candida is what will protect you from this bad bacteria from growing. So it's usually a sign that something's not right in your digestive tract. If you've got this overgrowth of candida, then this is what happened to me. And you could have some toxins in there, bad bacteria overgrowth, and your candida overgrows to protect you. It's trying to protect you from this bad bacteria. It could be streptococci, could be E. coli, some bad toxins, some bad infections, and the overgrowth of candida is protecting you from that and trying to so it doesn't get out of hand. So we need to pay attention to that, because we don't want the overgrowth of candida, because that can go on to cause other problems. So how can we protect the microbiome? Well, I talked about the food, feeding it good fiber, and then there's probiotics. There's some good probiotics that you can take. Looking for a multi-strain probiotic with multi-strain, about 30 billion is quite a good high one, because a lot of these they're going to die in your stomach acid. So you want to take a good probiotic that's got more than 5 billion in it, and probably half of that will reach your small intestine, will get to populate there, and some of the bacteria could die when your stomach acid. So it's important to get a really good quality one. Eat less processed foods, less sugary foods. Don't eat like loads of pizzas, shop bought processed foods. And then because refined sugary foods will affect your gut garden as well. So if you're eating plenty of fresh foods, then that will help your gut garden to grow and stay healthy. So yeah, if you've got any questions at all, you want to ask about your microbiome and how it's affecting your diet and your digestion, because you can have lots of bloating, gas, diarrhea, constipation, acid reflux, lots of different symptoms if your microbiome's not healthy and you've got digestive problems and things are just not moving properly, and it can affect your motility and how things are moving through your digestive tract, because it's just one big muscle from your mouth down to your anus. It's just a big muscle and it has to contract and relax to push the food through, and sometimes the motility can fail and not work properly. So yeah, if you want to put in the comments below if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. And if you want any help and support from me, I'm here to help you and support you. If you want to set up a call with me, I do offer a 30-minute call. We can have a chat over a coffee and get to know each other and see how I can help you further. So thanks for watching my video today, and on Friday I'm going to talk to you about bile flow and how important that is with your digestion as well. If you can get these 3 things under control, then you're going to have a really good digestion, and you're going to be able to digest your food properly, and your health is going to be maintained that way. You're going to have healthy hormone balancing and everything else. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on Friday in another video. Thanks for watching, and bye.